Here is a question worth pausing on this Saturday morning. What if trying to claim free Bitcoin cost you the Bitcoin you already own? That is the warning landing right now, on the 8th of August 2026. Bitcoin developer Kevin Loaec has flagged, on X and in reporting by CoinDesk published in the early hours of today, that holders who rush to sell coins from a possible BIP-110 fork chain could accidentally spend their real BTC instead. The reason is brutally simple. BIP-110, as proposed, carries no replay protection. Loaec's advice for anyone who cannot cleanly separate the two balances is blunt: do nothing. Coins that are never sent cannot be replayed, and this weekend, sitting still is the sophisticated move. So how did we get here? BIP-110 is a proposed soft fork that bundles 7 separate consensus rule changes into one package, and that bundling is precisely what turned it toxic. Michael Saylor of Strategy published a 110-point case against it on the 20th of July 2026, and Blockstream's Adam Back has warned it could split the network. Without broad Bitcoin core backing, the proposal was effectively declared dead roughly a week ago, around the 2nd of August. But dead is not the same as gone. A rejected proposal with even a sliver of mining support can still produce a minority chain, which is a smaller parallel version of Bitcoin, and that is the scenario now being priced in ahead of the August deadline. Here's what replay actually means in practice. Because both chains share identical transaction history and signature rules, a transaction you sign to sell your fork coins is mathematically valid on the main chain too. Anyone watching the network can simply rebroadcast it there. You sell what you thought was a bonus, and your genuine BTC moves as well. Loaec's point about large holders being targeted first matters. The bigger the balance, the more worthwhile it is for someone to relay your signed transaction. For most people the exposure is limited, because exchanges and ETF custodians operate on the main chain and will not credit fork coins at all. The real risk sits with self-custody users chasing a quick payout. Where does this go from here? Watch 3 things over the coming days. First, whether any meaningful hash power actually mines a BIP-110 chain, because without miners there is no fork and no replay risk at all. Second, whether exchanges publish clear guidance, since venues historically either refuse to list fork coins or delay trading until replay protection exists. Third, the deeper argument BIP-110 was built to address, namely the roughly 4 million Bitcoin from the early years that sit dormant and are widely assumed lost. Markets currently treat those coins as permanently out of circulation. Any rule change touching them reopens a governance fight over who decides Bitcoin's rules, and that fight is not finishing this weekend. The takeaway is this. Free coins from a contested fork are not free if claiming them can move your real ones. Until replay protection is confirmed, treat any BIP-110 balance as untouchable, verify guidance from your own wallet provider rather than from social media, and be especially wary of anyone offering to help you split your coins. The wider lesson is bigger than one proposal. Bitcoin's hardest problems are no longer technical, they are questions of governance, and today's warning is simply what that argument looks like when it finally reaches your wallet.